I learned something very interesting about you. It winds up you actually are a man or woman shrouded in mystery and intrigue. In a recent video, I pointed out the fact that Indian households own 25,000 metric tons of gold. And one of my loyal subscribers, Mr. Robert Garrett 7007, I believe was his username, posed the question, how much gold do American households hold? I dove in very deep, and what I discovered was fascinating. There's some interesting things we need to talk about regarding just that, but some other points that came to mind that show the uniqueness and the value of holding precious metals. Let's get started, you and me, right now. We're going to zoom in on gold in this video, but this also refers to silver. Remember, silver's like gold's little cousin. Sometimes little cousins even grow up to be bigger and stronger than their big cousins, but nonetheless, why is it that when we look at other countries, India, for example, we can pinpoint pretty accurately how much gold is owned by their households? In India, for instance, it's a whopping 25,000 metric tons. But when we look at America and we ask how much gold do American households own, everybody kind of looks at each other and says, I don't really know. I don't have any gold. What is going on? And we're talking about the real deal here, right? The real physical metal. Not the paper metal, not the electronic metal, not the unicorn fart dust metal. How much actual metal do American families own? It's interesting when you consider that a recent Gallup poll survey showed that Americans rank gold as their third favorite investment. But you want to know how many Americans hold gold. How much gold do they hold? And we're going to get to that next after I tell you how much I appreciate you joining me right now here in Ron's Basement. You are unique. You are special. It's a big honor that you're here with me right now. If you enjoy my content, please subscribe, give the video a thumbs up, turn on the ring-a-ling-ding-a-ling bell notification. Now, the moment you've been waiting for. If you ask the World Gold Council, the authority on gold statistics, they're going to know, right? No, their answer is, we have no earthly idea how much gold is owned by American households, and we have no idea of what percentage of American households own gold, or silver for that matter. That makes you a man or a woman of mystery and intrigue if you own gold or silver for that matter. Heck, it was illegal to own gold in the United States between 1933 and 1975. So it's no wonder there's a culture of secrecy surrounding households owning precious metals. Ask somebody random on the street about gold and silver. They either look at you with a dumbfounded look or they're like, oh no, I don't know anything about that. And how do you feel when I say, isn't it cool? Isn't it an attribute of gold and silver that they are wrapped in all this mystery and intrigue in an era where everything else is tracked? There's video cameras everywhere. There's electronic records of so much of everything that we do. The ability for an American household to still own some precious metals is one of the last few bastions of privacy. What do you think about the estimate that 10% of American households do own some form of precious metals? That's one of the unofficial, and I'll emphasize unofficial estimates that I ran into when doing research for this video. One more really interesting thing that I thought of, and I want to get your feedback on this as well, is when we compare precious metals, gold and silver, to cryptocurrencies. We'll just use Bitcoin, for example. They're opposite in two key ways. Number one, we have no idea where Bitcoin came from, But in theory, every little detail transaction of it is tracked on the blockchain, right? It is like highly trackable, highly great records are kept. Whereas the exact opposite's true with gold. We do know where gold and silver, for that matter, came from, right? It came from God. It came from the earth, however we choose to look at it. However, it is very hard to track gold and silver. Really two opposite things between cryptocurrency and gold, and they're often compared to one another, right? I found that fascinating. Let me know your thoughts on that as well. Thanks again for joining me here in Ron's Basement. If you enjoy your time here, there'll be some links to other videos. There's a link to a merchandise shop below if you want to get a Ron's Basement t-shirt. And number one, I want you to be well until I see you next time.